For those of us who took time out to watch Vybz Kartel live for the past couple of nights, we now know Vybz Kartel has nothing more to prove to anyone. With or without backup dancers, yeah, with or without fans, friends of his, or fans taken to the stage to dance, or whatever it is that they do, just to enjoy themselves and be close to Vybz Kartel. He has nothing more to prove, guys. Nothing more. Look at the show on Wednesday night in Manchester. Look at that show. Kartel performed like he did the first show. The first show he did, he was wearing red the first night at the O2 Arena. He was soaking wet. We could say soaking wet down to his drawers. Pardon my expression. But he was soaking wet, and so he was on Wednesday night, soaking wet. And for people to look at that crowd and see the performance and to say it was no good, you know, you people are just some wicked, wicked, wicked SOBs. You know, if you don't like the man, you don't like him, that's fine. There's a lot of artists I don't care for, you know, but when you see good, say it's good. It was an excellent and amazing show. And now he's on to Malta. Let's see how he does there. I'm sure there won't be any surprise. I'm just hoping that he hasn't lost his voice. He said he found a remedy for that, so I'm sure he's good. But he did excellent, these shows. And he's coming back to Birmingham again. And he has to go to the Dominican Republic also. So he still have a few shows lined up for this year. And I do believe maybe by December, he might be in Africa. Who knows? Okay, but I'm sure they're working on something. And he will never disappoint us. He will never disappoint. I feel bad for him sometimes. I really do. I kind of put myself in his shoe to see him performing for 3 hours. It's rare that you even see him walk back to the DJ booth and get a drink of water or something. You know, he just works straight through. And it's not because he's trying to get it over with. No. He loves what he does. He enjoys his fans. He loves his fans. And like he said the other day, for those who complain and tell lies about the first show that he did in the O2 Arena there, you know, he says, you said you're not coming back, or other people who say, well, after seeing that show and hearing what other people had to say about the show, they will not be buying a ticket. And he says, you will not be missed. You will not be missed. Okay? When you say no, you know, 1,000 people say, yes, I'm going. I think that you guys don't really get it. People don't really care one way or the other. They just want to be around Vybz Kartel. And we have also, for those people who keep saying, oh, it's a prison hype. Well, it's been a year since he's been out and he's done several shows, and people continue to buy tickets. They're still purchasing tickets for shows, upcoming shows. So how is it a prison hype? We see him on social media every day. You know, he's on TikTok. He's on just about, you know, Instagram, Facebook. He's everywhere, Twitter. So if people say, well, you know, we see him all the time, we're not going to buy a ticket to go see him, and it's just say that it's too expensive and you can't afford it. But if you're a good and loyal fan, that's what they do. Even, you know, in the NFL and all those places, you see fans, they die-hearted fans. They go out and support. Even when their team is losing, they're still behind them. They don't switch, which a lot of you so-called Gaza fans do. You switch. You keep switching. You don't know your mind. You don't know what it is that you really want. Well, Vybz Kartel is giving us what we want. He's doing his best. We can see that. He had a little speech at the end of the show on Wednesday night. He had some things to say to his audience. I don't believe he was apologizing for the nights prior. you know, but he had something to say, and I am going to dig deep and find out what it was that he said. But we do see in closing that he was addressing the crowd. There's more going on in in the world, more going on in Jamaica, here in the U.S. But you know, this is like every day happening. You know, mental illness is real. That we know for sure. So you know, people who have lost loved ones in Jamaica, you know, condolences to you all. Okay, but just know that sometimes people just snap. Just snap. For a man to tell another man that he's a deportee and he must go as his mother. You know, not everyone you could tell that, especially if they're having a bad day. You know, you tell them that, you know, they send you on to meet your maker. And so was the other person. The other person who did what he did, he also went to meet his maker. What a world we're living in. Anyway, let me stick to music. Let me stick to Vybz Kartel. Okay? And yeah, let's see how he does in Malta and the other shows coming up. Okay, guys, and for all the people who come into my comment and who are rude to me, yes, I am old. I am 71 years old, and I dare you to look like me at 71 and have lived the life that I have lived. Okay? There's no need to be rude to me. If I say that Vybz, I didn't agree with all the backup dancers and all those things that people said they didn't see, change of clothes. But yes, he needed a drink of water. And he needed was to go to the men's room. I said that. I said if he needed to, then he should have. Okay? Because the DJs are there to keep things going. It's okay. Do not tell me to S my mother. Okay? If that's what you practice, I don't, never have, and never will. Subscribers, my decent subscribers, my not the illiterate ones who come on here, you know, think this is a mix-up channel. It's not a mix-up channel. I speak facts, and I speak on what I see and what I know. Okay, so if you're here for the first time, you could go and look at some of my previous videos. If you're interested, then you may subscribe to my channel. And I thank you in advance. Okay? Yes. Good night. Be well.